Alright, what's up everybody? Yegar here. So recently there was this meme that, I'm not sure this meme, but this post on Twitter that basically said something about non-white women of color, or non-black women of color dating black men because, doing so is somehow using black men's internalized racism against black women, and therefore they should make a conscious effort not to date black men. Like, is supposed to because if you do so, you're complicit in racism or some shit like that. Now, to me personally, I can understand where they're coming from because there are a significant amount of black men out there who do have internalized racism. Many of them, not many of them, but a good number of them are very open about that, whether it be through hip hop, rap, sometimes posts on Twitter, sometimes Instagram posts, where you see some black men constantly talking about how much they love white women and how they prefer them over black women and some shit like that. But at the same, and so at that point, I do agree with them that there are black men out there who do have internalized racism and they use that shit towards black women, and therefore that's not a good thing. But at the same time, that's probably the only part of her argument that I do agree with. But her argument, or her other part of her argument, saying that non-black women of color shouldn't date black men because of that reason is racist. It's like racism threefold, right? So first off, you generalize all black men of dating women outside their race for having some type of internalized racism, saying that the only reason why they want to date women who are not black is because they are insecure in themselves and have some type of internalized oppression or some shit like that. That's some type of Luke Farrakhan type shit, right? Oh yeah, the only reason why black men will date a non-black woman is because they hate themselves. But in reality, they can love a girl who's white, a girl who's Asian, a girl who's brown, whatever the fuck. It's like saying that they're too insecure, they're too incomparable, they're too inept or incapable of dating women who are outside the race and being comfortable in their own skin. You know what I mean? If you look at this one comedian, I forgot his name, Kumar, some shit like that. He has a show on CNN where he basically just tries to see America's racism. I think he talked with some KKK members or some shit like that. He's married to a white woman, right? He's married to a white woman, yet he's conscious of his blackhood and he's proud of himself being black. But should his wife should not have married him because of his so-called internalized racism? No. Well, she loves him and he loves her. Why can't they marry each other? And then this argument is just you're generalizing an entire demographic. Okay, that in itself is racism. Then you're saying that because of your own generalization, your own stereotype, your own belief system, you should not date black men in particularly because that hurts black women for some reason, right? So you won't date an entire demographic. That's stupid. That's racism in and of itself. Because you're not saying that they're just not your preference, right? Because everybody has preference. Everybody has certain desires. Some men like tall women. Some men like short women. Some men like black women. Some men like white women. Some people like girls with blue eyes. Some guys like girls with brown eyes or green eyes. Some guys like girls with short hair. Some guys like girls with long hair. You know what I mean? Everybody has a preference. But you're saying that you shouldn't date black men in particular, and it's not even a preference thing. It's just that I just shouldn't do it because of some type of reasoning that came to my head. That's racism in and of itself. Because it may be a black guy who loves you, who wants to be with you for who you are, but you're going to deny him being with you not because of how he looks, not because of your preference, but simply because he's black. And that's some ridiculous ass racism shit right there. Then that's racism number 2. Then you look at racism number 3, which is that you never seem to ask yourself, why don't black women date outside their race? Why do they feel like they have to marry in their race? Or why do they want to only marry into the race? Now, I understand that generally speaking, most people marry into their own race, right? And that's not necessarily because of racism. It's not because they hate other races or they see other races less desirable. It's just that they grew up around people who look like them, and therefore they have some type of They feel that they can relate with people who look like them, and therefore they always end up marrying into people who look like them. Like white people usually grow up around white people, so they marry white people. Black people usually grow up around black people, so they marry black people. Asian people usually grow up around Asian people, so they marry Asian people. Mexican people, same thing. Any race does that. Every race does that. Okay. But at the same time, there's always a good amount of men of each race who marry outside their race. And the race that actually does that the most, well, not necessarily the most, but the race that actually, for example, if you look at white women, for example, the white people, for example, white men are when it comes to dating, they're the guys who are more likely to deny a relationship invitation from white women than any other race. In other words, they would date Asian girls, black girls, brown girls, or Mexican girls, whatever the fuck, and because they just want to. So why don't you go to white men and tell them that they have some type of internalized racism, type of shit like that? Oh, why do you like Asian girls so much? Do you feel insecure in yourself? There are some white men who do feel insecure, who have some type of internalized racism shit, where they feel some type of they feel insecure or some shit like that. You know, I'm not saying that it's a lot of white men, but I'm saying there's a good amount. But why don't you hog them? Why don't you go to Mexican men or Asian men or Indian men who like white girls and shit like that, or brown girls or Asian girls, whatever the fuck? Why don't you go to them and tell them, oh, you don't date outside your race because you have internalized racism? Why do you only tell black men specifically? Right? It's stupid. You know why? Because I think Chris Rock even mentioned this. Black women usually date inside the race more. I think they want to date black men more than I don't know if necessarily another race, but still, it's like they desire black men a lot. And it's understandable because black men also desire a lot of black women a lot. But if a black man wants to marry outside his race, it shouldn't be a fucking issue. If a black woman has an issue with that, then that's her problem. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not against black women. I love black women. I think black women are very beautiful women. I'm not one of these black guys out here who, when they see a black woman, when she invites, when she wants to be with them, he immediately says, no, I don't do that type of shit. Just because she's black. I love beautiful women. I don't care what the fuck race you come from. I don't care if you have blonde hair, blue eyes. I don't care if you have small, tiny eyes and pitch black hair. I don't care if you're as brown as a fucking coffee or as black as a fucking night. I don't give a shit. As long as you're beautiful, you have awesome attitude and great personality, then I'll marry you or be with you or date you, have sex with you. I don't have this mindset where, immediately I have some type of internalized depression where every time I see a girl who's black, I don't want to be with her. All right? So it's stupid to say that. It's stupid to say that you shouldn't marry or date black men because there are black men out there who have some type of internalized depression. It doesn't matter. Black men should be able to date whoever the fuck they want without feeling insecure, not necessarily insecure, but without feeling judged about it. They should be able to date who the fuck they want. And same with black women. My sister is a black woman. She likes Asian guys. You don't see me bitching about, how dare you want to marry outside your race. You can do whatever the fuck you want. If you want to marry Asian guys, if they're your preference, they're what you like, then do it. And that's really the main issue, right, of this entire fucking post. You make 3 acts of racism, or you mention 3 acts of racism from your side, from your end, that you generalize all black men. Then you say that you won't date black men. Then you say, and then you don't take account that maybe black women are the one who's racist because they don't want to marry outside their race. It's not my fault that they don't want to do that. That's their fault, not me. There are plenty of guys who are attracted to black women. I know that they look at statistics and they say, black women are the least desirable females. Then you look at black men. Black men, second to Asian guys, are the least desirable males. Okay, but at the same time, who's stopping you but you? There's some Asian guys out there who are into black women, but they feel like black women don't want them, don't want to be with them, or whatever stupid ass reasons. Like I know Asian guys who are into black women. I know Arab guys who are into black women. Not all of them, but I know ones who are. My friend recently trying to hook up with some of them, and they say, he's ugly, I don't want to be with him. That's not on me, that's on them. All right, so at the end of the day, it's your decision, it's your choice. Be with whoever you want to be with. Be with whoever you love. And be with someone who you respect and admire. Don't marry or be with somebody who you don't like, but you're just dating or just being with simply because of some type of racial pride type shit. Because that's fucking ridiculous. You don't want to marry somebody or date somebody, only figure out 30 years later that you hate your fucking guts. And you wish you married the person you liked, instead of believing to this bullshit. And that's my main point of this fucking post. Alright, I made it, actually posted it on her tweet I replied to it. You can check that out if you want to, at Yeager1, I believe. It says YEAGER1. Not the number one, but the word 0NE, ONE. But that's basically the point I'm trying to make. Marry who you want to be, love yourself. Now, once again, I want to say that I agree with the second point, that there are no black men who do have internalized racism, and they should deal with their own fucking problems. I'm not gonna lie, even I had that problem when I was growing up. But here's the thing, I got over it. I grew up over it. I took it to account, and I was asking myself whenever I date somebody, before, I don't do this now, but I do it before. If I like somebody or if I want to date somebody, am I dating them or marrying them because, not marry them, but am I dating them or want to be with them simply because of their race, or is it because I like them? Once I understood that, once I got over my internalized racism, I was able to date freely without feeling insecure in myself. I can date a white girl right now and not feel bad about it. I can date a black girl right now and not feel like I won't feel bad about it because she's black, but at the same time it would be like, oh, okay, look, I love her, I think she's cute. I can do the same thing with Asian girl, I can do the same thing with Arab girl, I don't care. It's just who I am. So hopefully you take that into account. If you have a difference of opinion, or if you see it, or what the article said, or not article, but the post says just something a bit different, then post your reply in the comment section below. Thank you for listening, and have a very nice day, but make sure to subscribe and also follow me on Twitter. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.